Gucci Mane is officially the greatest snitch in hip hop since 6ix9ine. Gucci Mane just made sure that Pooh Shiesty isn't coming home anytime soon.
Is that right?
The next time we see Pooh Shiesty will be 50 years old. In our last video, we revealed how Pooh Shiesty, his girlfriend, his daddy, they're all sitting in jail right now on Fed charges. And today, the feds finally came out, gave their press conference and broke down why they arrested Pooh Shiesty, his daddy, his girlfriend, among other people, including they got...
That nigga ain't gonna do all that time on the robberies. I think he was locked up on a robbery, wasn't he? You know what I'm saying? He's on probation. Did he get locked up for doing a robbery? I mean, you could do some time, but I don't think he's gonna be 50.
An arrest warrant for Big 30 right now. And they broke down, it all stemmed from this Gucci Mane incident. See, we reported 4 months ago that Pooh Shiesty held Gucci Mane at gunpoint, made him sign a contract to take Pooh Shiesty from out of his deal. The feds update is even worse than I thought. First off, Pooh Shiesty is the dumbest human being on earth. You don't get much stupider than Pooh Shiesty. 2, Gucci Mane is one of the biggest rats in hip-hop history. One of the most surprising rats in hip-hop history. Gucci Mane is the last rapper that if you told me was a rat, I would tell you no way. Gucci Mane is officially a rat after today.
I'm Ryan Rabel. I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover.
The indictment says Pooh Shiesty told Gucci Mane, we can do this the hard way or the easy way. They got Pooh Shiesty and his daddy at like a Staples, printing out the contract they made up themselves. So they brought the contract to the studio. Pooh Shiesty told Gucci Mane, hey, can I holler at you in the private room? Gucci said, yeah. They go to the private room. Pooh Shiesty said, hey, listen, could you sign me out of this deal? Sign this contract and release me, please. Gucci Mane said, hell no, I ain't signing you out of the deal. Bro, you just came home, you hot as grease. Bro, I'm not signing you out this deal, bro. Yo, you my artist. Pooh Shiesty got irritated. Then Pooh Shiesty told somebody to go ahead and grab his bag. The person then brought the bag to Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty pulled out an AR pistol, they said.
I thought that was in private, though.
And pointed it at Gucci and told Gucci to sign it. Gucci obviously said, all right, cool, I'll sign it. Now, while Pooh Shiesty got a pistol to Gucci Mane, making him sign it, Pooh Shiesty, grimy Memphis dudes, is in the other room robbing Gucci Mane's security, robbing like white dudes who came with Gucci Mane. So
Gucci actually has security.
These business people. These is people who came with Gucci. White boys. They robbing the white boys for their Rolex bags with multiple watches in it, for their wallets, for everything. I'm like, hold on. If the purpose was to have them to sign you out of the deal, why are you robbing the people with Gucci? That makes no sense whatsoever.
And that's what his people doing. Can't control them. You know what I'm saying?
But the robbery continued,
there for.
Even though Gucci Mane was signing the contract to get Pooh Shiesty from out of it. Now, apparently, like, Pooh Shiesty had to ask his daddy, which is why the daddy is currently, in jail. Pooh Shiesty had to ask his daddy, hey, Pops, is this good enough? The Pops said, nah, Pooh, tell him to, sign a date.
As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping.
I think they said that was Big 30.
Leader of the conspiracy, Lontrell Williams Jr., was on home confinement at the time of the offense, as alleged, for a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida.
So he had an ankle monitor, right?
Home confinement at the time of the offense, as
He's
alleged.
on home confinement, nigga. That means, nigga, you on a monitor.
For a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida. Towards the end of his prison sentence, he had been granted home detention. Part of the terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm. His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping as charged in the complaint. And as described further in the complaint, within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, a number of the defendants were on social media displaying some of the items that appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed from the victims.
Self-snitching.
First off, man, Pooh, you going to jail, bro. Yeah, I don't know how much to explain this. You ain't coming home. See you at 50 if you're lucky. I'm thinking at this point it's 60 plus, bro, because they got y'all in 4K. So Pooh Shiesty recruited one dust mice, one of the dustiest of the dust mice, called Damn Fool 375. So this dude he robbed the dudes who was with Gucci Mane, and they also robbed Gucci Mane as well, okay? So we see it right here. So on surveillance footage from the offense location, the individual believed to be Rogers can be seen exiting the building carrying what appears to be the Louis Vuitton bag reported stolen. Now, Rogers also posted a video on his Instagram showing him wearing a Rolex GMT Master Batman Rolex with an oyster steel that appears visually similar to the watch stolen from So this dude is flexing with stolen watches and stolen jewelry because he never had nothing, man. This dude draws still stink, right? This dude look dusty, right? He never had nothing. He never had no Rolex. And it's a shame as well because you doing drills for Pooh Shiesty, who's a multimillionaire, and you ain't never had a Rolex. So he's flexing, and the police is seeing this like, oh my God, just thank God. Thank God. And what makes things worse is the person who they robbed had air tags on the product. So they stole these things and they're bringing these things to their homes, and the air tags is tracking them.
Dummies.
The entire time. They're being tracked with the air tags. So the air tags got their location. Then the police go to your Instagram and see you posted up with the same things you... all right, but forget about it, bro. All right, bro, cool, man. Yo, Pooh Shiesty, you cook, bro. And after all this abundance of evidence, we didn't find out that everybody who got robbed, including Gucci Mane, is cooperating.
The charging document outlines some of the evidence, just some, establishing the defendant's roles in the federal offense. This is as follows. Electronic monitoring data placing Williams Jr. at the offense location, which would put him in violation of his home detention conditions. Cell phone records and license plate reader data corroborating the coordinated travel of multiple defendants from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas. Rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle that was used by the group. Surveillance footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several of the defendants stayed following the offense. Fingerprint evidence as well that was recovered from the crime scene, matching at least two of the defendants. Social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property just in the days following the offense. Greyhound bus records confirming the travel of multiple defendants from Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense. In this case, came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence as alleged in the charging document.
Gucci Mane's real name is Roderick Davis, and he is identified as RD in the paperwork. I want to say Gucci Mane is the biggest rat since 6ix9ine, but I'm happy about this, sir. Tell them all these niggas, man. Right? Man, yo, listen, man, y'all out here robbing them good white folks, acting like y'all can be held. Man, Gucci Mane, I'm proud of you, man, for not keeping it street. Bro, they rob your employees. So Gucci Mane, RD, personally knew Pooh Shiesty William Jr. by both his legal name and the name under which he performed. So he identified Pooh Shiesty by his legal name and the name under in which he performed.
That's tough. So, okay, yeah, and RD, yeah, okay, yeah. So Gucci Mane. I don't feel like Gucci Mane needed to tell though. I mean, I'm sure the white boys was gonna tell anyways. You know. I mean, but like, let's be real here. So say Pooh Shiesty done that, right? Gucci Mane, if he wanted to sue, say that he would. That's telling anyways. You know what I'm saying? All these rappers, you know what I'm saying? They be suing each other. You know, that ain't gangster. Pooh Shiesty can't be gangster, but it's really some retarded shit. I mean, you gotta really crash out. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna do this to the white label owner. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that white man gonna go tell on them. They know they gonna get double the years when they do it to the white man. But the black guy, Gucci Mane, you from the streets, you supposed to be hood. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? You black. You can't tell. Can't snitch. So yeah, I'm gonna come for you. For sure. You know, it's just crash out, you know? But if you big gangster, that's what you supposed to do. But look where it gets you though. You know what I'm saying? It's like once you become a rapper, bro, you really gotta understand that this is a legal business, bro. Like you can't be mixing the shit, bro. You just can't.
All right.
Cause even if Pooh Shiesty comes home, who's gonna really wanna like work with him and trust him though? It's gonna be people that do, of course, yeah. But it's like I wouldn't trust no damn Pooh Shiesty nigga.
So they verified Pooh Shiesty's Instagram account, etc., etc. Now this says RD Gucci Mane described Pooh Shiesty as wearing a black Nike brand Shiesty mask, black hooded shirt, and black pants during the offense. An online search of Pooh Shiesty matched the individuals and depicted throughout Pooh Shiesty's Instagram. The victims also identified Pooh Shiesty's daddy Instagram as Mob Ties Global. Now, Big 30, Gucci Mane, and the other people that got robbed identified Big 30, a well-known hip-hop artist also known as Big 30, as present during the offense. Gucci Mane identified his Instagram account as Big 30, which is verified by Instagram. The account contains photographs of Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty and Waters and others. We like to laugh and joke, but let's be serious right here. Gucci Mane had to tell, not for the obvious reasons. Gucci Mane has Pooh Shiesty signed to him. Gucci Mane knows that Pooh Shiesty is demanding a heavy bag. Gucci Mane can take Pooh Shiesty right now and sell Pooh Shiesty to a larger label and receive a $15, $20 million bag. If Pooh Shiesty made Gucci Mane under duress sign release papers to get Pooh Shiesty from out of his deal, when Gucci Mane goes to court to say, hey, I signed this under duress, Gucci Mane would have had to tell anyways.
Exactly, bro. It would have been telling, but it wouldn't have been to this degree. I don't feel like he would have you know, he could have made up some whole other excuse or whatever. You know, but that go back to what I was saying though, like had Gucci Mane not snitched and you know what I'm saying, he signed that paperwork at gunpoint, right? And Pooh Shiesty out the deal and whatnot, you know. He could still, if he ever wanted to go sue, it's either you just take that L, bro. You know what I'm saying? He has the option to just take that L. You know what I'm saying? Or he can try to sue and and fight that and say, look, you know what I'm saying? He don't necessarily have to say they had him at gunpoint, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how you would go about that. You know? Work with a lawyer on that, something. You have to come with a real strategy, but um that'd be the next option, you know? And then it's like, you know, I mean, going and suing niggas, other street niggas over record deals and beats and instrumentals and stuff. That's a form of fucking snitching and telling, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, okay, where do you draw the line when it comes to doing legal business and whatnot? Like, everything can't be street. You know what I'm saying? Once you make it so far, bro. And then it's like, I feel like Gucci Mane also didn't have to tell because it's probably the white boys and the engineers and whatnot. Whoever else was there was probably gonna end up fucking telling anyways, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Gucci Mane really didn't have to take this snitch jacket like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's never gonna be able to live that down, bro. You know, he didn't have to take that though. Now, when it came to suing, it's either you take that L and you don't never want to be looked at like a snitch, even when it comes, because you know some real gangster shit done popped off when a nigga done blick on you. You know what I'm saying? So if you go the court route, you know what I'm saying, you still a snitch though. You must very so a snitch because you know what happened. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no regular shit where this shit didn't just pop off. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all didn't think when Gucci Mane goes to court to say, hey, I signed this under duress, Gucci Mane would have had to tell anyways. Y'all didn't think Gucci Mane was gonna take a $15 or $20 million L to keep it street and real, right? Like y'all didn't think that Gucci Mane was gonna allow Pooh Shiesty to finesse himself out the contract, go ahead and sign a $20 million deal.
See, if Pooh Shiesty had the money to buy himself out the contract, y'all think he would have done what he did? See, the problem is niggas don't got the money like that, man. that 15 million is what he's projected to be worth. Is what Pooh Shiesty is projected to be worth. That's not money that he has. That ain't money that Gucci has that he's keeping from him. He's probably making money, yeah. But he ain't got the whole 15. That's what he's projected. That's what he's valued at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and keep him out of it, right? Y'all didn't think Gucci Mane was that stupid, right? That he was gonna lose $20 million for trying to be street, right? For trying to win over y'all validation. Man, cut it out, man. Gucci Mane said, hold on. My two options here is I either tell them folks I signed that contract under duress and tell, or lose out on $20 million, I'm telling. As he should. Because Gucci Mane only had one option. Because if he planned on contesting signing the release paper, he would still have to explain, bro, this is your signature. They have you on camera signing this. You is on camera signing this release paper. Because in the indictment, they said that Pooh Shiesty and his daddy pulled out a cell phone and they recorded Gucci Mane signing it so Gucci Mane can't deny signing it. So if they have you on camera signing this release paper, they got your signature on the paper, they can take this to any label and say, hey, yo, we're out of the contract. I want a new deal. Gucci Mane would have had to say in court of law, these folks made me sign this under duress. Well, how did they make you sign it under duress? They made me sign it under duress by telling me if I don't sign it, they will kill me. They had a pistol to me. If you was going to say this in civil court, then you could have just said this in criminal court, in which he did. Gucci Mane did what he had to do to make sure that Pooh Shiesty and them folks got locked up. So he now has the proof and the evidence that they made him sign this under duress. So now Pooh Shiesty is still signing Gucci Mane, and Gucci Mane.
Yeah, that's what happens when it comes to these contracts, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a very valid point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I still feel like, you know, he didn't have to tell. And if someone was ever gonna tell it, let it be them people. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, now you can get your money back. You know what I'm saying? I still don't feel like he had to tell though. He could have just took the L, bro. You know, situation like that, bro. It's either you take the L or you do tell. You know.
Still got Pooh Shiesty rights. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man, what do you guys think about this? And if you're still watching,
Yeah, bro. And really, that's the crazy part. I don't know what type of deal he has with them, with Pooh Shiesty, but apparently it's not even over the deal though. You know what I'm saying? But he done this and he's locked up now, bro. No telling how many years he's gonna do or how long he's gonna do for this if he does do anything. But apparently it's on camera of him pulling up the gun. So hey, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? Um and now Gucci Mane still owns Pooh Shiesty's brand, right? His name, you know what I'm saying, his music. And his family don't. Pooh Shiesty family don't own his brand, his image. Imagine not telling on people who threaten to kill you. What for? You know, it's multiple reasons. If you want to keep your street name, your street image, your rapper image, your gangster image, you know, don't tell. You know, a situation like this, um, was they gonna kill if someone was they really gonna kill Gucci Mane though? He wanted out the deal. You gotta really think about this. Were they really gonna kill Gucci Mane though? I don't think so. Could they have? Yeah. Especially if he had a gun or whatever. Which I don't know why he didn't, but I don't know why nobody had no guns or nothing. You know? Um but if they really wanted to kill Gucci, I don't think they wanted to. So that being said, they want this contract to be signed. They gonna get up out of there. Everyone lives. You know what I'm saying? Even if they so chance what I'm saying is they want you to sign the contract, bro. So you sign the contract, you live, you get up out of there. Chances is. This ain't like the cartel, they'll make you do it and then still kill you afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, um so in a situation where it's not a contract, say, um, you know, you can. I mean, hey, everybody gonna feel how they feel about it, bro. When you street, you not supposed to snitch, bro. You're not. If you ask me if I was Gucci Mane, I wouldn't have said nothing. I wouldn't have said nothing. Because I already know somebody else gonna tell it. I didn't have to tell nothing. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to that contract, because they're gonna eventually know that that's what it's over. So the contract, they're gonna pressure you to talk. Of course, tell me about this contract. You know, um, they know it's over the contract. So it's like when it comes to that, they know he was trying to get out the deal. So you're still gonna be the deal is still gonna stand. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really not no talking you even need to do. Even if somebody else tells it, right? And they say, oh, it was over the contract. That means the contract was under duress. Like Poetic Flacco said, Gucci was under duress. That means that's illegal. They can't do that to get out the contract. That means the contract terms still stand how they stand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, you know, let the police do their job. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But hey, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you want to hit that like button, subscribe button, and turn on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at you on the next one, and I'm gone. TYP tonight.